And I am just doing a video to show you how to groom your powderpuff puppy. So when they first start out, they're a little bit nervous and the clippers can scare them. So I'll show you how to get them used to that. So if you have a puppy that freaks out during it, then you just turn it on, hold it by the puppy. Once the puppy's calm, and we've done it a couple times, so she already knows what's going on, but she'll probably have a hard time when we get further into it. And then I usually start with their face. Good girl. And just stay super positive with them. A lot of times they don't like their top of their nose or close to their nose because it tickles and vibrates their nose. But she's doing really well. Good girl. And just make sure when they're fighting it or crying or trying to get away, you don't turn it off and you don't stop. So if she were to start kind of freaking out and trying to get away, I would just hold her there, hold the clippers. As soon as she calms down, then I could turn them off and give her a break. And then you go down about to where the bump is on the throat, and you just shave upwards. And I'll do the other side. Good girl. That is such a good girl. And I'm not squeezing her neck or anything, just holding her head stable so she doesn't get cut. So you don't want to be too firm with them. You want to make it a positive experience. Good girl. Good job. That's a good girl. Good girl. And then you want to do the ears, especially until they're probably 2 years old. You're gonna want to keep the hair off the ears. So I just hold the ear flat, shave up on the inside, turn the puppy, and shave up on the outside. Good girl. And then I like to do the details around the edges. If you don't feel comfortable with this, you don't need to. Just make sure you don't pinch the skin in the blade. And if you do happen to nick the ears do bleed a lot. So you're gonna wanna have some stop bleed on hand. Oh, stop. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Hold on. Good girl. And then I like to shave their belly, just so it's nice and clean down there. And then you want to make sure you always do on their bum, because they have hair like people. Their hair won't stop growing. So if you don't get that hair off, they could get poop stuck to their bum to where they can't actually get their poop out. And then if you want to, you can get down where they pee, just so pee doesn't stick to their hair. Good girl. And then she's all done. But during a groom, you want to make sure you keep filling the blade, make sure it doesn't get too hot. If it does get too hot, you can have cooling spray. Make sure you oil it when you're done. What I do is I like to take it off and just set it on the cold cement, and then it cools off pretty quickly. But with powder puffs, they don't need a lot of shaving, so likely your blade won't get too hot. But that's her. She did so good. And if they don't do good and they're scared of it, just remember to keep it on and just touch it against them until they calm down, because they might roll around trying to get away and whine. So just put it against them until they calm down, and then you can take it away, turn it off, give them a break for a minute, and then start again.